All right, guys. My name's Dr. Cordy Williams, hashtag Megaphone Marine, hashtag 1776 Forever Free, and welcome to another week of the Recall Town Hall. So glad you guys joined us, and so glad that we have this awesome group of people coming on tonight to educate you guys, move, touch, and inspire you for what's yet to come and the goals that we've reached and how we're going forward and how we're to end this tyrannical regime in California. Just a couple of cleanup things before we get to logistics and Randy Economy and Susan Hurd joining us, Warren Heatley and Mike Netter. And if I missed anyone on the Zoom panel is wide tonight, so it's hard to see everybody. But we've got a host of great folks to join you and educate you tonight about the latest and greatest with the recall. Just wanted to touch on a couple of things real quickly. The Recall Rally Tour with Joe Collins and Recall Gavin and myself and a host of others, doing some really, really awesome events. We kind of trimmed the fat off the pig a little bit because of the draconian Sleepy Joe, in my opinion, censorship. And that's my view. That's not Recall's view. But because of all the censorship, we kind of trimmed the fat and kind of honed in on some of those dates. This weekend, on Saturday, 3 to 5 at the Santa Monica Pier, myself, Crystal Tini, Mike Netter, and Matt Couch, as well as I think Gina Bacon and Joy Villa will be coming to the San Diego Pier. And we've got a great message for you. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. The new calendar of events is out. The following week, we will be in Ventura at Promenade Park. We were in the exact same place, in fact, a year ago. And then the following weekend after that, if I'm not mistaken, it will be Bakersfield. And we will finish up with the last two spots at the San Francisco Capitol and the Sacramento Capitol, which will be on March 6th and March 7th. That's the Saturday and Sunday. The Friday before that, which is March 5th, will be a special cleanup day where Recall Gavin, myself, Warren Heatley, Scott Pressler, Right Side Broadcasting, Brian Glenn, probably Matt Couch. We might have Pastor Jurgen there. There may be some guy named Charlie Kirk, possibly. We're working on all sorts of stuff. So not to put that on blast, but we're working on it. He hasn't said yes in the process of asking the guy, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm floating. But all the other names I mentioned are confirmed and locked in. It's going to be great and it's going to be epic. So with that, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to turn it over to Oren first. And then we're going to go around to the rest of the panel and kind of hear what is going on around the state. Mr. Oren Heatley, go ahead, brother.
God bless. And thank you so much for that, Cordy. And you know what? There is a lot going on. You guys got all those dates, right? I hope. So, you know, we are inching closer to the goal. I don't want to get overconfident. I want to make sure that everybody knows that, you know, even though it may appear that we're close to the goal, we still have to go beyond that. And we have to go above and beyond the call, because there is, the registrars are going to reject a certain number of signatures that we gather. So we have to accommodate for that, and we have to push beyond the goal in order to make sure that we win the game.
Beautiful. I love that. Thanks, Oren. Randy, I'm going to go and hit you up, and then we're going to hit Mike Netter up, and then we're going to hit Miss Susan up. So Randy, you got the floor. Beautiful, man.
Well, I want to let everybody know that the number one question we're getting from the media is, have we reached the goal line and the threshold? And we don't have an official announcement yet, and we're not going to have an official announcement until probably Friday. So I know that there is some premature information that's going out right now that's circulating through the media. My phone has had several phone calls in the last 5 minutes. But I just want to let everybody know that, you know, our campaign is on fire. We're very excited. We're going to make it a great announcement this week, I hope. I think Oren will go ahead and be able to elaborate a little bit more on that. But again, this has been an amazing journey for all of us. And I just want to thank everybody who has been so kind and so helpful and so determined to get this thing done. That now we're kind of, we're at a very critical stage in the campaign, and we're going to bring this thing home, but it's going to take a lot of teamwork and a lot more effort. And I just want to say thank you to everybody on this call tonight, and we can't do it without you.
Oh,
And
so
Randy, I'm going to chime in with you right alongside you. And folks, as you know, you have to run through the tape. You can't let off just at the end of the race. You have to push harder, and you have to move. And like my parents told me back when I was a kid, you can breathe in the end. Well, we're all pushing hard. We're all moving forward. Yeah, it looks good, but I don't want to be overconfident. I want to make sure that we push forward and we run through the tape.
awesome. I love that, and I totally agree, Oren. It's funny. I was just saying on an interview yesterday, today, something about just complacency and how sometimes innately, I think pain and change and transformation and accountability are so difficult for human beings, but complacency is so easy for people to kind of get used to. When they hear good news, they're like, I'm going to let off the gas. And to Oren's point, now's not the time to do that, guys. We need to be far above 1.8, north of 2 million if we can, just so we make sure that there's no way our good friend Adolf Newsom can be a slippery little snake and try to get out of this thing. So that's why we want to get the most numbers that we possibly can. Oren, is Mike on right now? I thought I saw him earlier. I was gonna.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Go ahead, big sexy.
Well, thank you. I feel so honored to be called that. This is an amazing journey, and for everybody out there, there's always talking about crowdfunding. I don't think anybody in the history of politics has ever seen anything where literally it's been done with this many people kind of crowd volunteering to gather signatures. To continue to drive towards really the 1.8 or 2 million that we need, I ask a couple things of everybody out there tonight. One, put aside the noise a little bit. To Oren's point, we now have to run through the tape. We have to do a victory lap, which really means we need to get to that 1.8 or 2 million. There are a lot of forces as this has gotten bigger and bigger on both sides of the aisle, quite honestly, that are coming into play here that either don't understand the recall, like everybody participating here, or simply want to create some noise. So some of the things I always like to task people with things because I'm really good at that. One, encourage people to listen to the radio show that we're doing Friday night. Not just because they get to hear my voice, Randy's voice, and Oren's voice, but we're using radio, 7 o'clock, KABC, Friday nights at the French Laundry, because we're trying to get to new sectors of people. We tried it with Zoom. It didn't work out so well because of technical difficulties. But what we want to do is get more and more people involved, listening to the show so they remember to sign the recall. These are the folks not on social media, etc. In San Diego, I'm doing a 1-hour show, one more this Saturday on KCBQ 1170. Again, just encourage people to listen and participate and go to recallgavin2020.com. And now I'm going to do one of the most favorite things I think I get to do, and that's correct Cordy. Cordy, where are we this Saturday? I thought you said San Diego.
No, I said Santa Monica. Did it not
I'm
come
glad
out?
you did, because I won't be there, just to let you know, because I'm going to be in San Diego. Maybe I heard. So I will be in San Diego. Encourage people to go to these events. Again, not only you need to attend these events, but get other people to go, people that want to touch and feel in the fabric of the recall. There's nothing more important, again, than we are so close to getting this done. We have about 30 days. And to get this done, we need the involvement of everybody and everywhere we go to touch the recall, be on the recall, listen to the radio shows, every involvement that we can. Friday night, we have, Oren, who do we have on Friday night?
Rick Grinnell.
We have Rick Grinnell. Now, for those of you out there not familiar, he's a huge political figure. He's been the ambassador to Germany, #2 at the Defense Department. He's agreed to come on. Now, this isn't about us. It's just showing, again, what the power of all you folks have done together, that our little old radio show that we do Friday nights at the French Laundry is getting that kind of attention. So don't ask who's running for governor next. Lots of people are going to come out of the woodwork. Don't ask, as Oren always likes to say, what John Kennedy says, what you can do. Participation at this point in the game is continuing, since you use the tape analogy, handing off the baton. We need to get everybody who hasn't signed. Pay no attention to the noise, drive to the finish line, and let's get this done.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Netter. And just to kind of recap for a second. So most of us will be in Santa Monica from 3 to 5. Joe Collins, myself, a host of others. And then evidently Mike Netter is going to be in San Diego as well. So we'll have those details forthcoming, addresses, all that
On the
stuff.
radio.
Oh, your radio show. Beautiful. Okay. That's 2 to 4. Well, that would make sense. I love that. Well, Susan and Robin.
You know what? Hey, Cordy, can we give, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but can we give Mike another 20 seconds to, Mike, tell us what you're doing. What are they doing? A drive-by signing event, a sign-a-thon, as you will. You're muted.
You're muted, buddy.
There you go, Mike. A sign-a-thon?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another good point. On February 18th, a spot with another radio station, The Answer, we're doing a 3 locations drive up sign-a-thon. 3 locations. Look them up. They'll be on our website. This is separate from the Joe Collins recall road trip, if you will. What we're trying to do is we're using a drapery store, the actual radio station, and another location which is out in it's at an escrow company out of Moreno Valley. We're using these locations, and you'll find them on the website so people can drive up.
And what's the website, Mike?
Well, it's our website, recallgavin2020.com.
Okay.
There you go, rock and roll.
I'll give you all 3 locations.
Thank you.
KRLA Studios in Glendale at 701 North Brand Boulevard. Next one is at Drapery Works at 3303 Harbor Boulevard, Suite F3 in Costa Mesa, that's Orange County. And Summit Funding at 23328 Olivewood Plaza in Moreno Valley. So I have volunteers set up with signing tables for all counties.
But
God
wait,
bless
there's
him.
more.
Thank you for
Tell
that,
about
Susan.
the hours, Susan.
I'm sorry?
We're doing it 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Right.
So it's an all-day signing events that we're doing. And again, we've got to gather people to go there. Also, since Oren gave me 20 seconds, you know I'm going to take a minute, right? You're going to be hearing ads all over the place for recallgavin2020.com, including on The Answer at 870, driving people to these locations. So listen for our commercials that you hear all over. We're putting our much as we can into media and banner ads. You see us on Fox News. We don't have a lot of money, but we're using the money that we have to maximize. So drive-by signings on February 18th in the 3 locations Susan mentioned, running 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we've got the Joe Collins recall road trip, if you will. We've got the radio show Friday nights and a brief one on Saturday. Everything we can do to drive those signatures we don't have yet, your recall team is doing.
Dan, can you show, not to put you on the spot, Dan, but if Dan in the back, our tech amazing human being,
The tech wizard.
the tech Yoda, if you could flash up, if you could access that flyer for this weekend for Santa Monica, just so the viewers could see the specific address. If Brittany has one on there on that flyer, that'd be great. I don't know if it's on there or not.
That's asking a lot, but I'll tell you what, Cordy, I think Bishop Gilroy, the Ombudsman General, is with us tonight, and might not be able to see his video, but I believe
No, I can actually.
I'm definitely here.
Well,
How are you all doing?
Good, Bishop.
Bishop,
Yeah, so
God bless you, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm here with my friend and my godson, Mike Willie, and we have Alicia. She's an assistant to the campaign, his campaign. He's going to be the next mayor of Compton.
Wow.
And as you know, we're going to start the Compton recall. I don't even want to call him a governor, but Newsom. So as many of you know, I was involved in the recall of Gray Davis. I think that Newsom has done far more atrocities to the state of California than Gray Davis did. And he's arrogant because he never thought for a million years that Nancy Pelosi would ever, ever, ever allow him to be recalled. Well, unfortunately, she doesn't have all the juice that she thinks she has in the Black community. This man has been very disrespectful to the Black community, where poor men and women have lost their businesses, their restaurants, their livelihood, due to him not making the decisions that most governors, all they had to do is have the right consultants, and they would have seen what needed to be done. Second of all, and most important to me, whoever he's consulting with regarding issues around the Black community, they would have told him, or they should have told him, if they were truly Black and had their barbecue and ghetto pass, you should not continue to replace Kamala Harris as she runs for higher office with men that are Latino. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to discuss the elephant in the room, but we are losing and have lost the African American communities to illegal immigrants. Now, that's something that most people don't want to discuss. But when Dusty Hicks became the president of the union, and then moved from that to the chairman of the Democrat Party of California, he made it very clear that the hardworking Black and men and women in this state were no longer going to be a part of the decision makers. And at this point, there is a month and a half left to get these signatures. Well, I think it's time that y'all tag us, give us our turn, tap us in, and let us show them how the Black community get out and get you the rest of these signatures.
Absolutely. And Bishop, God bless you, and thank you for joining us today. And we all know that Rusty hinge doesn't open, and Rusty has become unhinged. And I'm sorry, but you try to paint this as a California coup. We are just a peaceful group of people trying to express our First Amendment rights. And I see there is the recall banner. There it is. Thank you for putting that up. But, Rusty, he tried to paint us in a negative light, and I think it backfired on him. What do you think there, Bishop?
Absolutely. Well, anybody that knows anything about Rusty Dusty, we know that, here's a guy who took, union money and said that he was going to help fight the illegal immigrant problem and fight Trump with the borders issue. How do you take hardworking union dues and give them to illegal immigrants? We used to call them scabs. When my dad was back working on the shipyards and what have you in Long Beach, they were called scabs. How do you take union money and do that? So they've had a problem for a long time. And the unions, as well as the Democrat Party, has taken the Black vote for granted. Now, when you look at Joe Collins, what he did with Maxine Waters, had he not ran as a Republican and he ran as an independent, he probably would have been elected. The saddest thing is that church, Democrat Party have brainwashed Black people to think, because they have to be educated. If you ask the average Black person in America during Black History Month, what party was Martin Luther King a member of? What party was his dad a member of? The Republican Party. They have no idea. Frederick Douglass one of the first black publishers of a newspaper, Republican. So we have to re-educate so that they understand who the Dixiecrats were. They've gotten in bed with their enemy that burnt them out. The first elected black officials in the Senate and Congress were Republicans. So, I'm not one of those Republicans that will look down on those individuals that are stuck in Watts. So I understand they're imprisoned and they're enslaved. I understand that those Section 8 housing projects and those programs that everybody continues to beg for are the ones that keep them handicapped on the tit of the government and keep a constituent to a bunch of people who don't live there, a bunch of people that don't care about them. So I am 100% behind you all in this effort, and I would love to be a part of it. The recall of Newsom needs to take place, and it needs to include the African American community. Now, as you all know, Mike is in a nonpartisan race, but one of the first things that one of the union persons asked him, which made me stop the conversation, was, we found out that you have been registered as a Republican. And are you Republican? I said, this is a nonpartisan race. Why are you asking? We have a problem when the reporters and these unions can vilify a party so bad that have black people thinking that their enemy is actually their friend and their friend is their enemy.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Bishop. That was really, really profound. I know a lot of us, we hear, I know as a white dude, it's very comforting to hear people of all races and colors attest to the history of the tyranny and where it started, not only from a state level, but from a federal and national level. So, I think a lot of folks maybe heard that and they didn't think, hey, I heard this, or I heard it on a podcast or whatever, but to hear it from somebody of your position and your faith, I know really solidifies and ingrains in people that we are moving forward in the right direction and we're behind the right people. So God bless you. Anybody have any questions for the bishop? Oren, Randy, Susan, Robin?
I just want to say that Bishop, you're kind of a folk hero in the African American community and also throughout Los Angeles County. And for you to be helping us, from the bootstraps up is nothing short of a miracle. And I just want to say thank you for all the timeless conversations you and I have had with Oren during the past several weeks to be able to get to this point. We're honored to have your help. We're honored to have everybody's help with you in the Compton community. I born in Hawthorne and grew up in Gardena and Cerritos, and so Compton. I've been involved in Compton politics for decades, and it's very near and dear to my heart. And I know that there are a lot of people in Compton who aren't happy with Gavin Newsom right now. And so your words tonight are inspirational. Your message is continuing to resonate not only here, but throughout all of California. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do and who you are and what you're doing for us from this day forward. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you very much as well.
And Bishop, I just want to chime in for the voice who is afraid to be heard tonight. I've talked to a couple leaders in the Black community, small business owners and the like, and they're afraid to come forward. They're afraid to be heard. They're afraid that if they speak up, then they're going to be chastised or persecuted, or their business is going to be boycotted and so forth. And this is really concerning to me, because I've talked to these people on the phone and I've tried to coax them to come forward and speak on this town hall or to speak regarding the recall and so forth. And what's really concerning is the level of fear in the Black community and in the community as a whole, this governor has operated off of threats and intimidation, and if you work on the border wall, then the state government won't do business with your company. If you do this or
Right.
you do that, then the state government won't do business with you. They won't consider you as a viable contractor if you do this, that, or the other thing. So what they're doing is they're using threats and intimidation to
Right. As they've
coerce
all,
a segment of the society. And the Black population, I'm finding out when I talk to people in the Black community, they are being singled out, which is unconscionable from my
right.
perspective. It's extremely hard to get somebody to come forward. Now, can you
Well, it's Jim
elaborate?
Crow. It's Jim Crow all over again. You're absolutely right. Nothing has changed from Jim Crow. The reason why, first of all, this crazy bishop don't care, okay? But I became a Republican with the real Republicans. General Celeste King, one of the Tuskegee Airmen, right? And he explained to me, he was a part of CORE. He explained to me, listen, you can get in line with these Democrats, which would be a long line, or you can go over here and articulate what you need to the Republican Party. You may have a fight here or there, but all you're going to do is fight and die in the Democrat Party trying to get something done. And the threats and intimidation is true. It is absolutely true. So the thing that bothers me is that those mayors of places like Inglewood, when Roosevelt Dorn was the mayor of Inglewood, and he wanted to build a Walmart so that the people could have affordable food. Maxine Waters and Danny Bakewell from the newspaper, they attacked him and fought him so bad and so hard that he ended up taking a loan on his house and getting indicted because of the attacks. Now, he was able to save his pension and resign his seat, but it hurt him because he had been a deputy sheriff, a deputy district attorney, had been a judge, and then ran for mayor. And then the Democrats destroyed this man's career because he took a loan on his house because Maxine and the crew was after him because he was making decisions to bring a non-union store so that people can buy affordable food in their city. I've been here. See, I didn't just come here. I was born and raised here, but I had an opportunity to go and live in other states. The place that they said was racist, you go to Louisiana, you go to Texas, you go to these places, neither one of those states made it where the Republicans would only have the seats. And by way, I mean California, good old liberal California, made it where the two top vote getters are the ones that go into the general election. If Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, any of those places had did that, they would have been screaming and racist. It's racist. You keeping all the black folk out by doing this. Now we won't have no seats. But here in California, one of the richest states in the nation, with one of the most delegates in the nation, most college electoral votes in the nation, you can do it and nobody says anything. When Darrell Issa tried to explain why it was so difficult for us to get what we needed, they told him, hey, you know what? You better not run. This is what we're going to do to you. So, yes, there are people that are afraid. And in most cases, they're just ignorant and they don't know. And I don't mean ignorant in a negative way. I just mean they have been deliberately kept ignorant. And if you look at Watts, as long as Auntie Maxine, that is, as long as she's been in office, Watts still looks like Watts.
Yep.
She's in a multi-million-dollar mansion, and they have bought in or bought out the preachers in these churches. And the shame is that you can't even get the pastors to feel comfortable with standing up and telling the truth in their own pulpits. So, yeah, I was able to meet with people, Reverend Raphael Cruz, that's Ted Cruz's dad, and I was in Dallas, and he sat me down. He says, listen, Bishop, you can go into the churches, and you can tell the congregation who to vote for and when the voting is. You won't lose your 501c3. He said, Google me. Go on my web. See that every Sunday, this is what we do. We challenge the IRS. When you are a church, you are already a 501, so you're already nonprofit. And you can't lose a 501c3 when you are already 501c3. What you can't do is what they say you can't do if you agree to it. Just don't agree to it. Just do what you have to do to tell your people. But when a preacher is a pimp and he is not there to preach the word of God, he is there to buy a Rolls Royce and a Learjet, he's not going to tell the truth. He's not going to tell the people the truth. So, yes, we have some problems in the Black community, and they're systemic. But part of it is us breaking away from the Democrat Party. And I please believe me, and I digress. Yes, they are in fear, and they are justified in saying that there will be reprisals. You know, I just wish that they could get where I am, where they don't give a darn. And you have to stand up on God's word and say, you can't take any of this crap with you anyway. So I am building a strong group of young people like I have here now. And I'm letting them know you can decline the state, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Libertarian, when you're running in a nonpartisan race. And when you get to a place where we are in a gerrymandered community, you have to run on your reputation and tell them it doesn't matter if there's an R or a D by my name. But we've seen Michelle Steele win. And I was talking to the mayor who gives a little barbecue down in Staten, California. He's surrounded by Democrats, one of the only Republicans down there. And he gives a barbecue. And Michelle Steele came. And he told her, he says, we're going to make you a congresswoman. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do what we used to do back in the day. And I reminded me of being Black, when Black people used to have to go and in hiding and in a circle, and they had to draw this little fish. And then everybody who was a Christian would know that what that sign was. Well, as a Black Democrat, I'm not scared. I'm not in the closet. I'm out, and I'm going to tell people, if you are Black and you think that Governor Newsom is your friend, let me show you the things that he's done to destroy your Black businesses. He's destroyed more Black businesses than the people who destroyed Black Wall Street. So we're going to get the signatures. I'm committed to get the signatures. Let's get down to business and let's get them.
Bishop,
God bless you, and thank you so much, Bishop. God bless you, and Randy, thank you so much for introducing us. I know that I have a new friend in the world.
We do, and we've talked to him several times, and he's like family now. And
I love this guy. I love this guy.
He's great.
So, Bishop, God bless you, my friend. And yeah, we're gonna sow the seam, and we're gonna cross all the borders and the divide that they've fostered between our communities, and we're going to get this done. We're going to come together and unite as a culture and a community. And you know, I understand that you know, there is work to be done, and you and I and people like us are the ones that are going to come together and work together to get it done, to bridge the divide and to make things happen for both of our sake. God bless you, my friend.
Still on?
Thank you. God bless you as well.
All right. Well, I had one thing I wanted to say to you, Bishop. I just wanted to say thank you. My friend, Pastor Brian Gibson, always taught me about Black robe preachers and yellow robe preachers. And he taught me about the Revolutionary War and how that all went on. And I just really appreciate your candor and your boldness. And I just wanted to say thank you as well. I've never met you, but God bless you for everything you're doing.
Thank you very much. And I look forward to meeting you at some point. And we have went on the website. And we're downloading these petitions. We plan on having a barbecue because that's a good way to get my people to come on out, give them some chicken. And we're going to get them fry some fish.
Whoa.
Hey, listen.
Can I come?
I'm a preacher.
Hold on a minute.
I can say it. I
Come
can
on.
say it because I'm a black man and I'm a preacher. And yes,
Oh,
I eat
no,
chicken.
God, you
It's
can't
not
say it
racist.
without
You
sending
can't
the address,
throw that
my
out there and
friend.
I
not
can
invite
say
us.
it, but I can say it,
You
Randy.
cannot
I
throw
can
that
say it.
out there and not invite us.
I like chicken. In fact, I had some chicken today. I'm gonna tell you this. I can say it. I'm black, and I'll tell you one thing. When I have my barbecue at the airport, watch and see how long the lines are. See, we've been feeding people over here at the airport every since COVID. We've been donating food. We donated so much food that China sent a crew down here to interview me on us feeding people. But see, a lot of stuff that I do it because it's from the heart. But I haven't seen Maxine Waters one time drop off an egg in my community, right?
Hey, Bishop,
We bought trucks
hey,
of
hey,
food.
Bishop,
Yeah.
can we
Bishop.
can we get you and some of your friends to come to a Friday night at French Laundry to the studio and actually have some fun one night to be able to talk about the
You
issues
send me an
openly
invitation and we're
candidly with
there.
the African American community? That would be great.
Send me an invitation and we're there.
All right, we'll do that. Absolutely.
Bishop, I have one other request.
Okay.
Do you have an organization or a website that you would like to promote to help drive food to your organization?
Well, our website is nationalombudsman.org, but we have partnered up with the food bank, so we buy their food 33 cents a pound, and we bought a great big refrigerated truck, and we bought 3 other small trucks. So we go over and we retrieve the food, and then we take it to the food distribution areas in the cities. We feed Carson, Long Beach veterans, Paramount, Bellflower, Linwood, and Compton.
That is phenomenal. Where can people, if they want to donate to your cause, where can they give?
They can go to nationalombudsman.org,
nationalombudsman.org,
and then look on the right-hand side, and there's a donate button. But I can show you our file. We have not got any donations for this. We've been doing this from this is what we do. This is my philanthropy, and I don't have a church that I dig out of people's pockets on Sunday. We have one of the largest prison ministries in the nation for Black incarcerated youth and people. And if you go on the different websites, you can see all of the work that we're feeding people every week here in Compton, and we're going to continue to do it. And I haven't taken a nickel from PPP. I haven't taken a dime from Governor Newsom. I haven't taken anything. We have a warehouse, and I can send you this stuff. We've been doing this ever since last year, because we don't expect for the government to look out for us. These senior citizens, Mike Willie has been taking food to these people for over a year. So,
and Bishop, everyone on this panel tonight, Cordy, Mike, Robin, Susan, Randy, we are all non-paid volunteers. Okay. And
that's right.
Just like we are pushing the envelope a little bit further, and God bless you, my friend. Give your website out again, because folks, you need to support what this man's doing. He's working in the community on a grassroots level. This is exactly what we're doing. We are invoking the power of the people to take over from this rogue government where they have failed us.
Well, I can guarantee you this. Let me give you the website, www.nationalombudsman.org. But let me just say this. I can guarantee you that the Black community push would put us over the top for these signatures. So we just have to get on it. And because there are a lot of business people who put their life investments into their businesses, and people that own properties and rental properties. And because of this man saying you can't evict people, how do you say that you can't evict them, but the banks can do foreclosures? I mean, it's the small, middle class that has been destroyed because of this governor. And he can blame it on anybody he wants to, but he is the governor. It falls back on him. So we're in it. and I will lead the charge with the Black community. And I don't give a damn about any reprisals from any of these people that don't like it. Let's do it.
And Bishop, God bless you and thank you for your help. Nationalombudsman.org.
.org.
Cordy?
I don't have anything else. God bless you, my friend. You have a beautiful, beautiful heart, and thanks for what you're doing for your country. Thank you so much.
Do we have a
Well, thank you.
report from the mailroom or Robin?
I think you're.
My understanding is we're holding numbers till Friday night. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I've had mixed messages, everyone. So
Warren, you want to clarify that?
We are at 1.475 million in hand. And we're going to withhold any further report on that until Friday night.
On the radio show.
On the
Yeah.
radio.
And you know what, folks? Even though we say that we're at 1.475 million today, that means that there's still, a 25% rejection rate or an 85% validation rate. The numbers fluctuate a little bit. We have to go over the mark. We have to shoot over the target in order to affect our goal. Okay.
That's right.
That's all.
the one thing I will share that I'm hearing back from volunteers, there are so many more people coming to petition booths the last 2 weeks. They've heard the numbers since we hit 1.4. And I don't know why, it shouldn't surprise me, but it sort of surprises me how many people have said, wow, it looks like you guys are really going to do this. Now we're coming forward to sign. So,
Hey,
Wow.
Mike Never got a question for you. Was there a tweet from the White House? You're a
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, and they say you haven't really made it to your enemies pay attention to you. And I can't pronounce her name, but the person who's Joe Biden's press secretary.
No, Jan. Her name is Jan Pinsky. Pesky.
Jan rhymes with Dan, but
You
I'm
never
on the
said
air.
that.
So
Are
be
you
quiet
sure
here.
that's it?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's at the White House. And again, it's kind of
That's a
like
joke,
LA.
Mike.
I got it, but it kind of doesn't matter anyway, because it's like the LA Times. We owe them another gift basket. That's two, because our donations and signatures went up when the White House supported Gavin Newsom, which I find a little bit odd. He's kind of been going on this celebrity tour the last few weeks, people in arms saying how wonderful, and now he's gone to Washington. And look, I got to be honest, I don't want him to go to Washington, but as long as he moves out of state, I'm good.
No. We would be happy if you moved out of country.
Absolutely. But the tweet did come out.
There is no better country than the red, white, and blue. Are you kidding me now?
For Gavin.
Gavin.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Out.
All right, so what are we doing Friday night? Everybody's going to be tuning into KABC.
ABC
790 at 7 o'clock.
You can go and stream it
Yep.
anywhere you're at on your little mobile device, or you could do it on your computer, or you could actually do it the old-fashioned way and listen to AM radio,
Yeah.
right?
Now,
So
Mike, but this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a big deal, this show.
it's a very special. We're not only going to have the press there, CNN in studio. We are going to have Rick Grinnell calling in as one of our guests. Again, this is our way to keep spreading the word. So every Friday night, 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, Friday nights at the French Laundry. I'm the maitre d', Randy Economy, simply because of the name's the cashier, and Oren is our master chef. So thank God we're a virtual diner. But at the end
We're
of
all
the day,
going to be in the same studio at the same time.
Yeah.
We're cooking. We're going to be cooking.
It's going to be shenanigans.
If you do, you can also get the radio station on iHeart
Yeah.
Radio.
Or KABC.com.
Yeah.
Can I put another plug in too?
Before you do, I'll let you your plug in 1 second, Randy, but everybody keeps asking the link that went out on the email. If you're on this call or on this Zoom or listening to it and you're saying, I don't know how to hear about these things, again, sign up on our email list and you will find for the Friday night radio show, we send out a promo who we have on it with the link right on there that you could stream right off. And if you want to find out more about Randy, show's over. Sorry, Randy. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Randy.
Real quick, I got my new radio show on Saturdays, and it's going to be this coming Saturday night is a special night. It's at 9 p.m. So it's a prime time, and my one and only guest will be the incredible Orrin Heatley, and it'll be on KABC as well. And Orrin and I are going to go absolutely unhinged together with my co-host, former Los Angeles City Councilman Dennis Zine. So make sure you listen to the Randy Economy Show Recall Radio on Saturday night as well, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's
And Randy, is there a website for that, or just go to Recall Radio?
Just go to
Randy Economy Show.
KABC.com. Yeah, Saturday night in LA. We're gonna we'll put the feed up, we'll put it out everywhere so everybody can go ahead and call in and have some fun with Orrin and I on the phone and give us a lot, call us and ask the personal questions. Like, I want to know.
Ask some hard questions.
The
sign
personal
up
hard
on
questions.
our website, to sign up on our website to get notification of all our town halls and our Friday night
Friday night's the French
laundry. Recall Gavin 2020 at gmail.com. No, wait, it's recallgavin2020.com. I just want, because it's been so hard to get a word in between all these men, I just want to thank all of our volunteers who have dedicated the last year of their life to making this happen. We will get this done. There's no doubt. Don't give up. We're getting close, but we need to we want to hit 1.8. We have to hit 1.8 million. We want 2 million, if that's even possible. You guys, we couldn't do it without the volunteers.
That's right.
The hours that they have dedicated at the expense of time from their family, they're doing their house cleaning, doing their gardening. We couldn't do it without you. There's no ifs, ands, or but. And to our fearless leaders, Mike, Norn,
and Susan and Robin.
And
God bless you guys. Robin and Susan have given more time than any of you could imagine. I pick up the phone, I call them 10, 11 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning on occasion if the need be, and they pick up and they answer and we talk and we get this job done. These are your fearless leaders. It's not a one-man show. This is not the Orrin Heatley show. This is the Robin McCrae. This is the Susan Hurd, the Mike Netters and the Cordy Williams and the Randy Economy show. This is a movement of the people, by the people, for the people. You folks, we're doing this for you. This is your recall, and God bless you all. RecallGavin2020.com.
Awesome. Robin, do you want to say anything? And I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you, Susan and Robin, at the beginning. You know how tech savvy I am. Dan knows for sure I didn't put the gallery view on like a moron. So at any rate, did you have anything that you wanted to say, Miss Robin?
No, just that this is really exciting. I'm so proud of everyone and what they've done. I was just looking at Facebook kind of as it flies by, and a lot of people are commenting right now about one of Newsom's latest things is giving the $500 stimulus checks to illegals. And to look at that in the comments when so many people in our country have lost businesses and their jobs, can't afford to take care of their families, or losing their homes, and then to read that people can come in illegally and get a stimulus check when we can't even travel, maintain our family revenues. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Holy crap, do we have another hour? Come on, people.
Yeah.
Stay with us another hour, because that alone is worth another discussion.
Yeah. So
I
I read it and I just started fuming, and I didn't realize that was happening. I heard rumor, but now it looks like it definitely is. So the list is long, and the way he handled COVID is the least of our worries. Look at everything else he has done to this state, to the hardworking taxpayers of California, and to families. We need to get this done and give him his walking papers. So
Look at
thank you all.
five.
We want to move to
All
question
people
33.
that lost their jobs, lost their businesses because of AB5. The stimulus payments that we did receive, they did nothing. They did nothing to help us in this economy. I mean, come on, let's think about it. We've been in lockdown for what, a month now? I mean, a year now? This is nuts. This is nuts. This governor not only needs to be recalled, he needs to be banned from running in any office whatsoever in the future, ever, period.
Lisa just asked, where is the $1 billion from, or where did the $1 billion masks go? Did anybody receive a mask that was bought from that money?
Nope.
And where are those masks, Governor Newsom? Where did they go? Was that a real purchase, or was it just a fictional purchase and you just were paying off the Chinese people and getting a kickback from it? We need to know. But
Right.
on that note,
We'll never.
where's the $10.4 billion from the EDD, which is the unemployment benefits? Where did that 10 to $31 billion go? Somebody needs to be held accountable. And I'll tell you what, folks, I challenge Governor Newsom to a public debate. I'm a layman. I'm just a dumb cop from Yolo County who has a civic mind and a lawful duty to support the people that live in this country. And I'm willing to go one-on-one, toe-to-toe with this governor on a stage in an open debate. And he can, let's ask those hard questions. Why did Orrin Heatley start this recall? Why did this team, the recallgavin2020.com team, begin this movement? And what's going on in our state? And let's have an open discussion with this governor and what he's done, and let's talk about it and make it public, and let's discuss those hard questions. I'm willing, we're transparent, we're open. I'm willing to go one-on-one, toe-to-toe with this guy. And, I think that's more than the previous contestant who ran for governor was willing to do.
Well,
Because I'm not sure, I don't know, was there a public debate during the last campaign?
you're probably the only dumb
But
yellow.
I think it was behind closed doors in a radio station on a Monday when nobody was able to bring their phones in, nobody was able to record it, and it was broadcast. Yeah, they had maybe one or two public debates. How do you run a campaign against a governor like this, and you don't hold a public debate where people can ask the questions and get some sense of where the direction that these candidates are going? So that caused a lot of question between both candidates, but it seemed to me that there was no campaign on either side. I didn't hear anything from Newsom. I didn't hear anything from the other guy, whoever that was. But you know what? We're willing to ask those hard questions, and they need to be answered. Governor Newsom.
Amen. As we wrap up, it's about 7:37. Anybody else have any last minute comments they want to make? I see a lot of statements, but I don't see a lot of questions. Maybe I'm missing a couple here.
Q&A.
But
And by the way, I see that Dawn from Santa Clarita says the governor is dyslexic.
Okay, that's no excuse, Don.
suffer severely from dyslexia. So I am a severe dyslexic, and any one of my family can attest to that. I see things backwards and crosswise and up and upside. That is not something that's debilitating that's going to cause him all those problems.
I'd
Sorry.
like to make a statement. If you ever wonder, when you get all these propositions on the ballot for tax money to go to schools or this and that, look into it. If you really delve into it and do your research in past history, how much of that was really used for what it was supposed to be used for, and how much of it was actually just sitting in the general fund.
And who gives a shit when they give $31 billion to prisoners and
Right.
in the prison system all across the nation? And yeah, Randy, I said shit on our town hall. I'm sorry.
Change.
I apologize. I know this is a family-friendly show, folks, but you know what? You're right, Susan. And
I did
I
the
think
research.
Joni said, please answer my question. Cordy?
What's
Joni
that?
said, please answer my question to all panelists. I didn't see her question.
99 statements in the message inbox.
Somebody just said
We got
unplug,
a lot of
but
them, Courtney. We've got a lot of them.
What's that?
We've gotten a lot of them as we go, I think.
She asked the question about fixing railways or roads. Why not? This is Joni. Why are we still waiting to pay for the railway and not fix our roads?
Smith says John Cox was sitting on the sidelines. He was helping us to make this recall possible. Credit is due and to him. Okay. Yeah. Credit's due where it's due, right? Rock and roll.
Yeah, I don't see any questions unless anybody else does.
Come on.
We
You
already
guys have to have
how many signatures
questions.
do we have?
I
And
mean,
covered that earlier.
we haven't answered everything yet.
What's that, buddy?
The Dominion machines for new government election. I don't know about that. It's just, they're all statements. The gas tax. Somebody's asking about the gas tax. We know where that money's going. It's not going into the roads because look at the roads you're driving on.
Again, once again, there's a lot of media going out right now, and I'm getting besieged with calls right now saying we have reached the threshold. The Daily Wire and the Daily Caller and Fox News are all reporting that we have reached the threshold. We have not yet. So I want to be very, very cautious with anybody who is getting that. I'm literally getting besieged with text messages and phone calls right now saying we have reached the threshold. We have not.
Oh, somebody,
They reported,
you know
they
what?
reported Arizona. Just remember that. Fox did. So there's your integrity there. Go ahead, Orange.
I didn't see the name, but somebody had just mentioned SB 29, folks. SB 29. And we should have Kevin Kiley on the show regarding this Senate bill, okay? So SB 29 is calling for mail-in ballots for any election cycle or any election that happens between now and 2022, which would be what? A special election for the recall. So everybody would receive a mail-in ballot for this recall. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but we just have to keep our eyes on it. You know, they are doing an end run around trying to make it to where everything is done mail-in ballots. My confidence level in mail-in ballots are very low. I personally think that, you know, when we went into Iraq and we established a democracy there and a voting system, people had to go in and they had to fill out a piece of paper in person, show an ID. They had to dip their thumb into purple ink. And if your thumb was inked, you couldn't vote again that day. So I think, you know, we need to reestablish something of that magnitude here in our country. Now, listen closely, folks. During the national election, they didn't want to count signatures. They wanted to count every vote, regardless of where it came from or how it was posed or whatever. But this campaign is going to count every single signature. They're going to look at every address. They're going to look at every person. They're going to cross-check it, and they're going to cross-reference it, and they're going to look at what we're doing here. So the hypocrisy is rampant. So where the national vote is held, they don't want ID, they don't want, to check this and that and the other thing. But where this local petition is being held, they want to look at every single signature, every single address.
Crazy.
Do not need to mail in your mail-in ballot. Take it to your local voter center and scan it in on the day. We do not want to put in the mail any votes to get Newsom out of the office. Go to your
There
local
you go.
voter center.
Rock and roll.
Any
So Corey,
last-
let's wrap it up. I think that we need to just let everybody know. You can go to recallgavin2020.com, download the petition, sign it at home, mail it in. The address is listed right there on the bottom of the form. We can't make it any easier than that, folks. This is your recall campaign. This is not about me, not about the other people that are involved here. There you go. I see them there. Rock and roll.
To
Randy's got one up there.
volunteer.
Robin's got one up there. The address is right there on the bottom of the phone or the form. Susan, you had a comment?
If anybody else wants to volunteer to hold a petition signing event during these last 30 days, send me an email, susan.recallgavin2020@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And if you guys don't forget Randy's show, Mike's show, Oren Randy's show, everybody's show. There's a bunch of shows that you need to catch with these good-looking characters here. And then don't forget about the signing rallies and what's going on. So we'll be in Santa Monica again, 3 to 5 on Saturday. You can go to recallroadtrip.com to get the details. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I know it was in the Recall newsletter. I think it's going to be everywhere. But if you have any issues, you can email Julie, Julie, at 1776foreverfree.com if we can help out, or you can reach out to Joe Collins' campaign as well. All the events are going to be 3 to 5 that we're doing for the next 5 or 6 weeks. And God bless everybody on this panel. Robin, Randy, Mike, Oren, Susan, God bless you guys. And we will see you folks next week.
Well, hey, Corey, give your website one more time.
Yeah, it's 1776foreverfree.com. We're doing constitutional classes on Thursday nights from 6 to 7:30. We're about to launch a super PAC ourselves and got a bunch of really good stuff happening and coming, and different curriculums as well as how to teach you folks how to be a politician. Because when the next COVID scam happens, we want to all be prepared to do what Riverside County did, so we don't shut down and lose our business for the second time for the flesh-eating virus with a 99.9% survival rate. And these are not recalls beliefs. This is Dr. Cordy Williams, by the way. But God bless you guys.
Dr. Cordy Williams, God bless you. And just to round it up, I openly challenge Governor Newsom to a public debate.
Go ahead, Susan.
All of our volunteers have put in so much time into this recall. Mike Netter, to say the least, has put in so much time. If anybody needs to sell or buy real estate, contact Mike Netter. He is an awesome real estate agent.
Actually a really nice guy once you meet him.
And with a great sense of humor. So since I didn't hear that earlier, I just thought I'd throw that in at the last minute.
God bless you for that. Hey, and you know what, folks, there are a lot of people that have given their heart and soul to this campaign, and Mike is one of them. And you know what, they have suffered greatly because of the shutdown, and they've paused their personal life and put this a priority ahead of what they're doing. And, you know, Cordy and Randy, Mike, there's a lot of people there, Dawn, you know, I'm not going to mention last names, folks, don't worry about that yet, but they need your help. And if you do have business that you can throw their way, it'll help them make it through these tough times just as well.
That's really sweet. You guys are amazing. Everybody in this group has got a big heart.
Thank you, everyone. God bless. I've got the switch tonight, so I'll sign us off.
Go ahead, stud.
Hey, and let me with the end button. It's power. All right.
I can't
Good
see
night,
you
all.
though.
God bless. We'll see you Friday night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Recall
Bless you guys.
strong.
Bye.